And welcome back. This is the Thinking Gamer here with For the Wins at ftwins.com, hitting you up with another video campaign tutorial on mission number 5, Smash and Grab on Brutal Difficulty. I'm going to be showing you guys what you need to do here, and I want to give you a quick breakdown of what you need to do. The objective here is to get to the artifact, which is on the map on the right side there. It is the area circular where you can see that is what you need to get to. Unfortunately, there is a host of Protoss army in between you and your objective, and you also have to the left side here the Zerg. You also have the optional and much needed objective to get those artifacts that I just pointed out on the screen there. Now you're periodically going to get attacked by the Zerg, and what you're going to want to do is you want to be able to get your forces over to the artifact before the Zerg do. Now what I'm going to do here is, of course, I'm going to start building up my economy. I want to get some probes out, get some supply depots down, and this is where we first get introduced to the new unit, the Marauder. The Marauder is a very good unit. It is very excellent against armored units such as those Stalkers there. As you can see, the Stalkers had really no issue taking those guys down rather quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and keep queuing up production here, and I want to get these SCVs going. I want to have about 24 workers on my mineral patch there, so I'm going to keep producing SCVs until I hit that maximum peak production of 24 workers, which has allowed me to maximize the amount of income I got. And all the while, I'm going to continue building my supply depots over here so that I do not get supply blocked, because getting supply blocked is really going to slow you down. It's going to prevent you from building units and building your economy. And if you get supply blocked often, it's really going to prevent you from slowing down. And on some of the harder, more difficult missions on Brutal, that's really going to kill you. So you want to make sure that you maintain a steady stream of building supply depots. Just get in the habit of doing it every so often, especially when you have a lot of barracks or unit producing facilities and you're not taking losses. Those are really going to max you out rather quick. Now here is one of the first engagements with the Zerg. As you can see, they do periodically attack, but as of right now my army is strong enough to be able to repel this small invasion. But eventually I'm going to want to build some static defenses there at that choke point, and that is going to be my bunkers and my missile turrets, because they do attack with mutalisks every so often. So having 2 or 3 missile turrets will really help out, along with the bunkers and a couple SCVs up there to auto repair any kind of damage the buildings take. Now I'm starting to get a lot of SCVs here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down a second barracks so that I can keep up with producing units at the rate that I am receiving income. This is just something you have to get a feel for. Over time, you'll kind of know when the proper time is to build another barracks. And on this barracks, I do believe I'm going to build a reactor so that I can double pump out Marines. I have not upgraded my medics to be able to use a tech reactor yet, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get that upgrade. As of right now, I have upgraded my medics to heal faster for less energy, and my Marines, I have gave them stim pack. But that is all the research I have done, or upgrades in the armory I have done. Now I'm going to continue building up my base here, and I'm going to continue building units because I want a decent sized army to be able to complete this mission. As you can see, I am still queuing up my SCVs there, and I do have 2 per mineral patch now, so I just need an additional 8 more SCVs to reach that maximum peak efficiency of 24. And I am still building the supply depots. I think I'm going to have this guy build another one maybe. And as you can see, I also have an engineering bay down, and it is always excellent to go ahead and start researching upgrades for your units. They may not be overly apparent at first, their effects, because they're called invisible upgrades, because you can't really see the effect of them as much as, say, upgrading stim pack on Marines. However, the general rule is an upgraded army is going to do a lot better and kill a lot faster, even though it may not be quite apparent. So I'm going to go ahead and call in some mercenaries here. These mercenaries are very good units for the amount of minerals they cost. They do a lot more damage, have a lot more health, and they generally just provide a really good punch to your army. So use those guys as much as you possibly can. Now I'm going to be moving over here, and I collected that first artifact right outside my base, and now I'm going to be pushing over here to get the second artifact. However, it is defended by some Zerg units as well as these Protoss here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out of there and lure those stalkers out of their position so that those photon cannons cannot assist them, and that's going to help me save some of my units here. And it looks like I'm getting a message, but I'm going to go ahead and reply to that because I do like helping people with their issues. Otherwise, I would not be making these videos. So I'm going to go ahead and reply here. All the while, I am going to be taking down these buildings here and coming for this Protoss relic. And I'm just going to go ahead and shift queue those guys to come right back to this base here as soon as they're done picking up that relic. And I'm going to keep pumping out units here. Now it's getting around the time where my economy again is getting a little ahead of me, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down another barracks so that I can really pump out some units and keep up with the economy that I am getting here. As you can see, I now have a sizable force here. It's not too shabby at all. I could actually probably push out with this, but for now I want to make sure that my base is taken care of. So I'm going to throw down some static defenses. I'm going to throw down some bunkers and some missile turrets to deal with any kind of Zerg harassment I might receive while I'm off attacking the Protoss base. My barracks here is almost finished completing building. And I'm going to go ahead and build another barracks so that I can really pump out these units rather quickly and replace any kind of losses I take, because I am almost at max peak efficiency on my mineral line here. I should have close to, if not 24 SCVs operating in there right now. And I'm going to go ahead and throw a tech lab on that because I find the Marauder is a very good unit. I don't need too many Marines, so I think one barracks with a reactor on it is going to be enough. And it looks like that last little Zerg raid actually took out my SCVs that were producing my static defenses. So I'll just bring a couple more on up and repair these up. I like to throw in 2 Marines and fire bats and 1 fire bat on these bunkers on this mission. Due to the Zerg attacking with Zerglings, that 1 fire bat will really help, and those 2 will help with any Hydralisks or Mutalisks, those 2 Marines that is, that do come and assist those Zerglings. So I'm going to go ahead and move my army down here, set my rally point somewhere around there, and then move some units into this bunker here. I'm going to wait for a fire bat to go ahead and build. I think I have some queued up already, and get one in there. I have now also started researching my defense upgrade for my Marines. In these early missions, you only have 2 upgrades that you can do, your level 1 weapons and your level 1 defense. Go ahead and get both of them. They're really going to turn the tide of the battle in your favor. So I've got this force here. I'm going to go ahead and set my rally point up here and move out with these guys. Now the reason I like to set my rally point ahead of where I'm attacking is as soon as those units build, they'll rally right to where I'm going, so I can just automatically add them to my army. You want to get in the habit of doing that. As you can see, I set my rally point again, and you'll see me do this periodically. I'll continue moving my rally point up as my army moves forward so that any units that build automatically come and support my army here. All the while, I'm going to be building up units back at my base using hotkeys. I'm able to, as you see right there, just switch over to hotkey control group 5 and just hotkey up a bunch of Marines and medics and marauders. Now what I'm going to want to do here is I want to try to take out these pylons. Now you have to watch this High Templar here. He will hit you with these psionic storms, which can really devastate biological units. So if you see him use those, immediately pull out. Do not sit there and take damage from that psionic storm. As you can see, he uses again. I simply just pull out, let my medics do their job, and then go back in. Eventually he will run out of energy and won't be able to do that to you anymore. So I'm going to come up here, and now that High Templar is now out of energy, so I should have no issue getting through here. And I did take out those pylons, so those photon cannons were out of energy and unable to attack me. I'm going to go ahead and set my rally point up here as well and push in here. Now again, I'm going to try to lure these guys out so that I can take them away from those turrets down there, or those photon cannons, and individually deal with each unit. I am using Stimpak. I did research it. If you research something, you might as well get a benefit out of it. With these medics, it's almost free damage to go ahead and use Stimpak when you're engaged in a conflict. I'm getting close to my supply cap here, so I do need to come back to my base periodically and build up some supply depots. But other than that, I should be able to manage my base remotely. I should be able to build units and manage my economy all while I am pushing out here. Now, whenever you see something like this, 3 cannons, 1 pylon, do focus fire down that pylon. It is going to make the battle a lot better for you than trying to take out each cannon individually, because once they're without power, they're unable to attack you. As you can see, I keep setting my rally point there, and all these units that are coming up, I add them to control group 1 automatically just by highlighting them and hitting shift 1. And I'm going to push up in here. This is the big battle here, so I'm going to use Stimpak, and I should have no issue with this. Looks like the Zerg are attacking my base here, so I'm going to set my rally point back at my base real quick so I can replenish any kind of losses I might take and kind of add some additional reinforcements here at my base. And I lost a bunker, so I will go ahead and replace that as well and bring another couple SCVs up so that they can auto-repair. As you can see, I'm pushing through here using Stimpak again, taking down these units and these turrets, adding new units to my control group, and bringing them up to join the battle. These Marauders do a little extra damage to buildings since they are armored, so these you should see no issue taking down those buildings rather quickly. Go ahead, come over here, build some more supply depots so that I can continue to produce units remotely. And it looks like I got enough units here to kind of defend now my base. So I'm going to take these extra units and bring them on over to join the battle as well. And now keep remotely producing more units. Now I'm going to come over here because this is where the last artifact is. Definitely grab these things if you can, guys, because that is going to give you research which you can use in your laboratory to get some really cool upgrades for your units that you're almost really going to need on Brutal, because it is very, very difficult to beat this game without getting those upgrades. It's not impossible. I've seen people do it, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're unless you've already beat the campaign on Brutal and now you want to try it without research or without upgrades. But definitely grab that research because it's going to help you out. So let's go ahead and we'll grab that, and these guys come alive and they start attacking you. Now there is an achievement to kill these guys without losing a unit. And I do believe I managed to pull that off here by focus firing them down rather quickly, and I didn't lose a unit. Thank you to my medics. They did an excellent job healing there, so I should be able to get that achievement. The last achievement is to complete this in under 15 minutes on hard. I did it on brutal, so I also got that achievement, and then finish all the objectives. So I got all the achievements on this mission on brutal. I hope you guys find these videos useful. I'm going to continue making more for you guys, so please thumbs up, please subscribe so that you can get updates automatically and regularly as soon as I get them out to you. Thank you for watching, and this is a Thinking Gamer signing out.